Hello and welcome to Fresh Face One Shots. My name is Joey,
And I'm Jacob.
and today we are back coming back to you sort of in a weird way with Superwoman, the Superwoman special. We cover Superman by Joshua Williamson regularly, so we're also here covering Superwoman. This is also by Joshua Williamson. We have the official origin. Oh, I guess there are still gaps. We still don't know certain things. But still, this is
we're getting there are seven. We have in the jigsaw puzzle that this is. We have the border and some pieces, shall we say? Is how I'd like to describe it.
Yeah, we're definitely still leaving out important information that I think is obviously being saved for the main Superman title. But having this, I think, is really nice. Just getting an issue totally dedicated to Lois's perspective on this, gorgeous idea.
Yeah.
Let's jump into this. Lois is struggling with writer's block right now, and so she gets a visit from Kara and Lana, and they say, "Hey, come on out with us. Let's fight some crime together." And so we have a story called Secret Origin. It's obviously Joshua Williamson. We have a couple different artists for the different sort of segments of the story, with Edwin Gallman, Laura Braga, and Nicola. Oh, I don't know how to pronounce that last name, but
Shizmezva, I think.
I believe you. But yeah, here we go. I don't know. I loved the setup for this. I love. There's also something I just loved about the issue, taking an entirely female perspective in the super family. Using using Lois, Kara, and Lana just all in one setting. I thought was really smart. I love some of the banter between them that Williamson writes, especially the whole like Lana Lang is Superwoman as well. So I'm the red Superwoman and you're the blue Superwoman. It's fun. I like that.
That also feels kind of wink nudge to the audience who get pissy about multiple people having the same identities.
I mean, also if these people are
Green Lanterns.
Yeah, Green Lanterns. Yeah, and like if you're a current Superman reader, there are so many different versions of characters with the same name that you really can't get mad. I think
we have a lot of Superboys. Possibly two Supermans. One of them who may also be sometimes a Superboy because it's John.
Superwomen, Supergirls. Yeah,
I found this issue interesting because. First real experience with Lana Lang as Superwoman?
Yes, you had never read anything with her before. I really love her early, when they officially made her Superwoman, the early Rebirth stuff with her, which I really, really loved. Would that have been in the Superman title, or would that have been action? No, that was her own title. It was Superwoman. So
so it was her own title. So that was a thing. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
Yeah, totally its own thing. Very cool run. A very short-lived run, unfortunately. But yeah, anyway, so time to get as much backstory as we can. I say that because Lois also is not entirely sure what happened to her. We get a recap of Absolute Power here, and Lois putting on the suit from Supercorp that gave her powers. And we learn that it sort of went down at the same time as as Task Force 7, the Amazo bots that Amanda Waller had. And so the suit went down. Lois fell into the ocean and woke up on the roof of the Daily Planet. And that is where our giant gap in knowledge comes from.
That's a gap I want to talk about, because obviously Clark didn't save her, and I don't think it was any of the Superman family that saved her.
Yeah, well, I feel like she would have definitely learned about it by then.
Yeah, at this point, you want to know who I think might have saved her?
Who?
So spoilers for the current Superman run if you're not reading it. I think it might have been Doomsday. We know Doomsday is doing some shit.
Also, by the way, I don't know if anyone watching this is not reading the current Superman run, but this issue and Superman 19 picking up from there is a great place to pick up the run if you haven't been reading it so far. So
I should have maybe given a little more of a spoiler cap.
Yeah, it's all right. Well, I mean, also they've been advertising Doomsday as a big part of the big of Superman's post All In stuff. So,
Doomsday. That's my current theory.
Would be interesting. But I suppose we'll see. Not in this issue, obviously.
Either Doomsday or possibly maybe Mercy. Mercy might be hiding some shit. I feel like Mercy could be hiding some shit.
Very possibly. I mean, we know Mercy's hiding some shit. So, but Anyway, I love this little moment when Jimmy and Siobhan end up on the roof of the Daily Planet as well. And
Look,
Lois,
the roof of the Daily Planet is a designated smooch zone. That is
absolutely
historically what it is.
absolutely. I like Jimmy occupying that as well. But yeah, Lois leads them to it. We get some more backstory talk with the other Superwomen slash Supergirl, I should say. And we get the moment where Lois realizes she has powers, which I think is just so funny. It is literally that she just loses a red pen under a couch, and so she lifts up the couch and realizes she can literally lift up the entire couch. Very funny moment. Really love that. We then go over to Supercorp, and Lois begins asking Mercy and Lena about her powers, showing them her powers in the first place.
I find it fascinating that because this flashbacks are all supposed to still be in parallel with absolute power.
Yep.
If Clark was back, she would go to him. Obviously,
Mm-hmm.
Clark's not back yet.
Or is it? Because no, we got the Phantom Zone stuff right now, right? Yeah, Phantom Zone. Yeah.
Right, Phantom Zone.
Yes, all Action Comics right now, which is actually been pretty good. Mark Waid has been writing the Phantom Zone Action Comics stuff, which has been weekly, and I'm a few issues behind on because of it, because it's been coming out every fucking week.
I have not been reading Action Comics at all.
You have not. You don't need to. All you need to know is Superman's trapped in the Phantom Zone at the time of this special taking place. So we've been experimenting on Lois. Meanwhile, we're also showing the present day, Supergirl and the two Superwomen saving people from a burning building, putting out the fire. It's nice.
It's interesting. I will say Lois' perspective throughout all this is was honestly one of the most fascinating things to me, because Williamson, in giving her powers, kind of makes her vulnerable in a way, in an interesting way.
I think that's the whole point of the framing device. The whole point of the issue really is Lois's writer's block.
I find that the vulnerability isn't necessarily coming from the powers initially. It's coming from the fact that she's no longer that she is in a position that brash, utterly insane Lois Lane is maybe not entirely suited for. She's a great editor-in-chief, but she doesn't get to make nearly as many insane Lois Lane decisions.
Yeah, exactly.
Again, this is the woman who, in her first ever appearance, traveled to a different country to investigate military wrongdoing.
Magnificent woman. I love her.
Lois Lane has never not been utterly insane, and I'd argue utterly progressive, especially for the late 30s.
Yeah, totally. But we also get to see Lois using her powers for the first time, because Mercy advises her not to use them at all, and Lois, of course, does not do that. She finds out she's bulletproof at the same time as she saves someone and gets shot herself. And
this chief character of the Metropolis Police, who was advertised on Superman #1 as this big character and hasn't
really been used at all. Yeah.
Williamson, did you forget something?
You seem to have dropped this character somewhere. But no. I also have a little touch that Lois holds on to the first bullet that hit her, and she shows it to Lana and Kara. Just a really cool moment. I really love that. We then also get the moment when Lois reveals her identity as Superwoman to Clark. Amazing moment. I love the way it's drawn. I love, once again, Joshua Williamson writing Lois and Clark being in love is just one of my favorite things ever. I will never not love that. It's amazing. I love them flying together, and it's just gorgeous stuff. I love these guys so much. Lois then gets tested at the Watchtower for her powers, and gets put through some training with Clark. Begins working with the Super Family. I love the moment when we get to see John finding his mom using powers for the first time. Amazing.
It makes me want more Joshua Williamson written John Kent.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're going to use it, but hey, Josh, I feel like John Kent has been written by one person for the last couple of years fairly exclusively, and I feel like injecting a new pool of writers might help some people who have issues with that one person's writing style.
Yeah, I mean, also those people that have issues with that one person's writing definitely blow things out of proportion, let's say. But no, yeah, I mean, I just like watching Williamson write this character, and I would like to see more. But yeah, I love the way we Williamson writes our Supergirl and women parting ways. A lot of Lois's writer block we find comes from the fact that she is now like the center of attention. She is the thing to write about, and so she does not
both
know
as Superwoman and as editor at the Daily Planet. Like they're both parallel.
And I love I love the note that her story ends on here, that she deletes the thing that she's actually able to write, which she writes using her super speed. And so she just deletes the file and goes out to be Superwoman again. And there's something so satisfying about that sort of open-endedness of it. I really, really love that. Great ending to that. Or rather, I would say ending if we did not have a little epilogue to send us off here. Mercy and Lena looking at the battle-damaged Superman suit that she used throughout Absolute Power.
That they found. So,
yes.
Again, it's why I'm thinking Mercy may not be the one who dropped Lois off at the roof of the Daily Planet.
Very possible. Very possible. And they say that Lois can never know why Lex built that armor. Fascinating stuff. And also, we had a little tease back in Superman 19, but...
We tease whose powers Lois may have.
Yes.
Is heavily implied. Should be the powers of General Zod.
Yes. Oh god. Love it. Love it. Love it. And I won't say, if you have not read issue, it's set in 19, right? I think. Or it could be in 20.
Not in 19. It might be, I think it's in 20. I think it's in 20 actually.
Yeah. They say something about Zod and like certain things that are coming in the Superman book, and I cannot wait to see if that's actually going to happen. I mean, knowing Williamson, it's going to happen. But can't wait to see how that comes about.
Yes.
Anyway,
fantastic little extra special. Like,
yes, really great issue.
Definitely, honestly, probably a necessary part of the Superman run. So, if you're reading Superman and you, for whatever reason, didn't pick up the special, pick it up. Pick it up.
It's good. Yeah, pick it up. Check it out. I will absolutely be throwing this video in our main Superman playlist for this run on the channel. So check the rest of our videos on the run out there. There's a lot of great issues. We've been loving this run for the almost 2 years we've been reading it now, which is very
almost
cool.
2 years. Oh my
almost 2 years of Williamson Superman. Really great run for him. Really great
almost
run.
2 years of our two main our initial one shots. Sadly,
yeah. The one won't make it to a full 2 years, but that's all right. Speaking of, check out other Fresh Face one-shots. Check out other Fresh Face one-shots we do. The other one we're referring to is Batman the Brave and the Bold by Various. It has its final issue coming up later this month, and I'm incredibly sad about that. Obviously, we also cover Superman by Joshua Williamson, the main issues regularly. We also cover Wonder Woman by Tom King. We're also covering The Long Halloween, The Last Halloween, the supposed end of the Long Halloween saga. We're also covering The Uncanny X-Men by Gail Simone, which is currently crossing over with X-Men by Jen McKay, which I'm normally covering by myself, but since it's crossing over right now in an event called Raid on Greymalkin, we're covering both at the same time on one-shots. So check those out. Another issue of Uncanny came out this week, so that'll be out soon. And then the main podcast, Fresh Face Comics. Check that out. We're in the middle of we're still in the Teen Titans block. Yeah, we're still in the Teen Titans block.
Yes.
So the second episode of that will be out. I think on Monday, tomorrow. When this comes out, it'll be out tomorrow. So check out.
Yeah, we've been recording some stuff in advance because
it's hard to keep schedules in line, at least in my brain. But anyway, also our link trees will be in the description below. You can follow us wherever you want to follow us. Subscribe to the channel, Blood Donut Studios. Any and all support means the absolute world to us. Thank you all so much for watching. Until next time, this has been Joey Morgan
and Jacob Licklider.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.